The challenge that we're going to be doing today is going to be called Old 49. So let's get started. So if I click on Old 49, we're giving this prompt, which is SQL injection. And we have two prompts right here just to show you guys, I guess, the different things I'm going to try out. So we get a SQL injection. So it gives us the premise of the attack. So we know we have to do some kind of SQL injection. So first we want to see what this does if we press 1. So if we press 1, it prints out, I guess, it outputs like a character or like some kind of user associated with this number. So now what if we print out 2? And 3 and 4? You just keep messing around with this to see. I see the limit, and I guess the limit's like around 5 because nothing comes out. What if we try -1 or 0? Nothing comes out. So I guess we have 1 through 4. And now what if we try escaping it? So like I'm gonna throw escapes right here, see what happens. And we get no hack. So there seems to be some kind of filtering going on in the background. So let's get started. So what I want to do is check the view source. So viewing the source, we see that we are limited on what we can do. So if it matches to select or limit or any of these characters in between right here, we get no hack. And I guess for quotation marks right here, because like you see right here, this is filtering out for quotation. So that's why we got no hack before. And we have to select an ID from challenge where LV is equal to a number, the level I'm guessing, and then it prints out an ID. It gets an ID out. So the ID basically prints out the user, and I'm guessing the user that it wants to print out is admin. So we have to return admin. So how do we do that for the most part? So what I'm thinking right away is we have to find a way to make ID equal to admin. So how do we do this for the most part? We have to make ID equal to admin. How do we do this? So we know that we're limited on what we can or can't do. So we know that we can't use OR and all of that, all this stuff right here. So what's another alternative? So we know we have to insert some kind of number. So we could do something like 1, and then we could probably, or like, well, let's stick with 2, and then we have 2. So we can't use OR because it'll just get no hack. So what can we do? So we could do, if you guys don't know, with SQL or with any programming language, another alternative of OR is basically piping. So if you do something with pipes, basically that's basically the equivalent of OR. So if I submit this, it should disappear because like I guess the query didn't execute correctly. But now we know that we could use OR since no hack came out. So what could we do now? So now we could do basically ID is equal to, and then after that, because we see that equal is not like a filter out, and ID is something that's not filtered out. Now what can we use? Could we try typing in admin? But we can't, because if you type in admin like this, it's not gonna work. Reason being is because since this is a literal string, it needs to be wrapped around quotes, and as you guys know, we can't wrap quotation marks around this. So what can we do? And if you guys didn't know, see, we get no hack. So what we can do is hex gets represented as a string in SQL. So basically what you can do is you could basically get hexadecimal values, and they could be literally equal to whatever you're casting. So for the most part, hex values, you could pass them in as a string. Passing hex values SQL. So you could basically select hex values when I run. So you could basically select hex values because the hex values gets translated into I guess the actual string, which is pretty cool for the most part. I didn't know about this, but that's pretty cool. So what we can do is basically get a string to hex to turn the string that we have, which is admin, to a hex. So now with this, we don't have to put quotes around it. So all we could do is just do something like 2 ID is equal to, and then with hex, you have to do OX, I guess, representation that's hex. Then we copy that. Now if we do this, it prints out unverge. Reason being is because if you check 2, it prints unverge out, because I'm guessing that's the number associated with it. So we have to find a way to make the other statement false. So what if we put a number that's like way too big that shouldn't be in there? So that means that the first part becomes, this part becomes false, and it's just gonna return ID equal to admin. So that's basically my logic behind it. So if we do something like this, ID is equal to OX, and then if we just copy this value right here, this should work when we submit it. And then we get already solved, which because I already solved this challenge previously because I'm currently logged in as my account. So we do that, we get admin, which is basically how we solve this challenge for the most part. But anyway, this was a very fun challenge to do. It, I guess, made me understand SQL injection a lot more, and yeah, pretty cool challenge for the most part. Really enjoyed this TTF, and yeah, I guess I'll see you guys in the next video. Anyway, peace.